So the idea is we're going to be you're going to see two symbols on the wall, and those are going to be the symbols that drop from the knights. One of them is going to be our symbol, one of them isn't. We are going to pick up the one that isn't our symbol. So we're picking up the symbol that isn't yours. Then we're going to dunk that symbol in that symbol. If I was triangle and I saw a triangle circle on my wall, I would kill two knights and I would pick up the circle, and then I would go and dunk the circle in the circle pedestal, which is uh, then I would, once everybody has done that, we would see two symbols on the our two symbols on the wall. Uh, and your symbol would still be on the ground. So what you're supposed to do from that first pair of knights. So what you're supposed to do is go and grab that symbol and hold it. Once you grab that symbol, once both knights are dead and you grab that symbol, an ogre will spawn. You kill that ogre, and then you dunk that symbol that you're holding. Then you ask, has everybody killed their ogre? If they've killed that ogre, then this is like the only comms where you're asking if you killed that ogre. If everybody has, then you dunk that symbol in one of the two other locations that is not yours. So let's say triangle dunked circle first. Uh, so then, once everybody has dunked this first symbol, and there are two knights in your room, you go ahead and you get decimation. So you get decimation, you do decimation, and I'll go over that later. But after decimation is over, you have a knight in your room that is holding your symbol and a different symbol. You pick up the second of your symbol and go dunk it in a location that you hadn't dunked it in already. So triangle had already dunked in circle, so triangle will be dunking in square now, and then circle already dunked square, so circle will dunk in triangle now, and square already dunked circle, or square already dunked triangle, so square will dunk circle now. Now all of the symbols are distributed, and there's still a knight in your room. You just kill that knight, and you pick up that symbol, and you hold it for the next knight. That will spawn after the next ogre. Everybody just kills their ogre. It doesn't matter when you kill this ogre, just kill the ogre. The next knight will spawn, and that'll drop the symbol you need to get out. You pick up that symbol, and now you have two symbols at the same time, which creates a 3D symbol, and you are available to leave. So that's the inside job. So let's say this is the callouts: triangle, circle, square, and let's say these are the three symbols you see, or the three 3D symbols you see. So triangle, double triangle on the left creates this. Double circle in the middle creates this. Double square in the right creates this. So we just got to think about the thing we should be doing is just thinking about each shape as their two 2D shapes combined. So this is triangle, triangle, circle, circle, square, square. We kill our three knights. I always started with the left. I killed three knights, and I always ask myself, what symbol doesn't need to be here? Obviously, the triangle doesn't need to be here, so I go and pick up the triangle from the dead knight, and I go dunk it in the left. So this thing is charged up, ready to go. And then I ask myself, what needs to be here? After dunking, ask what does need to be here. So I go ahead and obviously a circle or a square needs to be here. Let's just go and grab the circle first. So I grab the circle first, and then once I have a symbol, I ask, where does the symbol not need to be? The circle does not need to be in middle. So we go ahead and dunk this circle in the middle, and this now swaps with this symbol. Now you have triangle circle on the left, you have triangle circle in the mid, you have square square in the right. Obviously, in the first round of knights, we only dunked the circle and triangle so far, so the square is still sitting on the ground. So let's go run and pick up that square, and then we ask ourselves, once we pick up anything, we ask ourselves, where does that symbol not need to be? So obviously square doesn't need to be in the right, so we go dunk it in the right, and then it's charged up and ready to swap for the next round of knights. So we kill the unstops, we kill the next round of knights, and then now we have a triangle, circle, square on the ground. But we ask ourselves, we already charged this square, so we ask ourselves, after we dunked, we are asking ourselves, what does need to be here? Obviously, both symbols need to be here. But let's say let's go grab the circle first. So we go and pick up the symbol, and after we pick up any symbol, we always ask, where does this symbol not need to be? So obviously a circle does not need to be in middle because that's where the callout is. So we go dunk it in the middle, and these two symbols swap. So now this is a triangle square in the middle, and then this is a circle square on the right, and we didn't touch this yet, so this is a triangle circle on the left. But now, again, in the second round of knights, we only picked up this circle, so there's still a triangle and then a square on the ground. So let's go pick up the triangle first, and we say, every time you pick up a symbol, you ask yourself, where does this symbol not need to be? So obviously the callout is triangle on left, so triangle does not need to be left, so we go dunk this triangle in the left. So this is charged up, ready to go. And then the final symbol that's on the ground is a square, so we go pick up that square, and we say, where does this symbol not, or after we dunk triangle, we ask ourselves, what needs to be here? So obviously this has a circle, the callout is triangle, so it needs a square. Then we go and pick up the square, and we ask her every time you pick up, you ask yourself, where does this symbol not need to be? So square doesn't need to be in the right. So we go and run and dunk in the right. These two swap now, and now we have square, circle in left, triangle, square in middle, circle, triangle in right. And let's see if this is correct. Triangle, square, circle. Yeah. Triangle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, and we are done. So that's the worst. This is the worst case scenario where you have to kill all 6 knights. Ghosts. Best way to do this is someone picks up a ghost and describes the ghost. Okay. Uh, and this is for all the people on the inside. This is when the inside people get decimation. It's not for when all 5 people get decimation. That is down here. But when just 3 people get it, the inside people, this is the best way. Someone picks up a ghost and describes the ghost on the outside. Then whoever's ghost it is, let's say it's your ghost, you will be describing what your guardian looks like. You aren't going to be calling out mine. You aren't going to be saying that's my ghost. You aren't going to be calling out your name. You're going to just be describing what your armor looks like. So if someone says I was Spiky Ghost, so if I was Spiky Ghost and I was Wolf Shoulders, I am Wolf. That's what my guardian looked like, Wolf Shoulders. So I would say Spiky Ghost is Wolf Shoulders. Who has Wolf Shoulders? Who sees Wolf Shoulders? And then whoever sees Wolf Shoulders calls the pedestal that guardian is at. So they will say Wolf Shoulders is at this pedestal. So then the person with Spiky Ghost will then dunk Wolf Shoulder Spiky Ghost at that pedestal. Okay, so if you're getting dunked first, say someone picked up Spiky Ghost and I was Spiky Ghost, and then we did the Wolf Shoulders call out, and then they said Wolf Shoulders is at whatever, I would need to look at the pedestals, and I would need to remember which guardian I saw at the pedestals, because I would now be revived, and I would be unable to see those pedestals. So let's say I saw Eskimo hat at one of the pedestals. So if someone said Car Ghost, and Car Ghost said that is Eskimo hat, and then I would say Eskimo hat is at this pedestal. I would be alive and wouldn't be able to see the pedestal, but I saw it when I was dead. You just have to keep that in memory, what you saw when you were dead. Okay, so that's the tougher decimation. The easier decimation is when the round ends and 5 guardians are dead and 1 is alive. For the 5 guardians, after you finish your round, look at the guardian. Instead of calling out the ghost will be right next to the guardian that it has that ghost, right? So when you're picking up a ghost, don't look at the ghost. Just look at what the guardian looks like. So if someone picked up my ghost, they would be looking at me and they would say, I have Wolf Shoulders. Where's Wolf Shoulders? So someone would then call out where Wolf Shoulders is. And then they would go dunk that ghost in Wolf Shoulders. So once someone had dunked that ghost in Wolf Shoulders, I would be alive, and I would still see the guardian on the pedestal. I would still see a guardian on the pedestal. So let's say Eskimo hat is what I saw on the pedestal. What I would then do is I wouldn't pick up a random ghost or anything. I would go and look for the Eskimo hat guardian, and I would go grab their ghost, and I would just go dunk it in the pedestal I saw them at, and then that's a no comp strat, right? But then I would go and pick up another ghost, and I would have to ask, okay, who sees cat arm, tentacle cloak? And then someone would have to call that out. But for that first round, for that first one, after you get revived, just look for the stone guardian and pick up their ghost that you can already see on the pedestal. That's the whole fight, and those are the tips I learned after a whole bunch of contest mode wipes. So hope it makes it easy for you guys. Good luck.